Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Tay, man, and this is the Influence channel where we're going to be focusing on growing our relationship with God, growing our relationship with ourselves, and growing our relationship with people. So today I wanted to talk about, last week I was off. I didn't do any video last week. I was trying to rest, let's say. But in my week off, I noticed something in my prayer life. I noticed something in my reflection, my self-talks and stuff like that. I just keeping it real with myself. I can feel myself worrying too much, stressing out too much. I got engaged, and so me and my fiance have been wedding planning, and I got a new respect for wedding planners. You feel me? Just thinking about the wedding, how's it gonna go? Thinking about married life, what type of husband am I gonna be? And when that time comes, what type of father I'm gonna be? There's a lot of uncertainties with life, so I found myself worrying a lot. One thing that I noticed is that what you fear, and if you're consumed by fear, whatever that thing is that you're afraid will happen, it's like it's inevitable to happen, like it's gonna happen. So I definitely found myself praying a lot because that has happened to me a few times where I'm like, dang, what I feared ended up coming true. Today I want to be talking about these 3 words: outlook, output, outcome. And I had to really just understand and remind myself, like, if Jesus said don't worry, so why are you worrying so much? If we're gonna walk in faith, yes, there are gonna come times when things seem like, dang, I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but you may not know how it's gonna turn out, but God finna turn up, you feel me? I just have to trust in God, and He's been the same forever. Matthew 6, verse 31 through 34. Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye need of all these things. But seek first the kingdom of God and all His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. I find myself really just stressing a lot of stuff, and like Jesus said, is like, stop worrying about tomorrow. Yes, there are uncertainties, there are things in life that we can't control, and I really had to remind myself of this, like, Jesus is telling me stop worrying about certain things. What type of husband I'm gonna be, how I'm gonna be able to provide for my family. Jesus is telling me, like, God knows what you need and He's gonna provide it. Like I was talking about earlier in the video, it seems like the things that we fear, when we're consumed by it, that very thing that we fear ends up becoming the reality. And why is that? Like I said, these 3 things: outlook, output, outcome. With outlook, we have to pay attention to the things that we are seeing. How are we seeing our situation? How are we seeing the things around us? It's all about perspective, really. Our perspective could be the very thing that is keeping us bound, keeping us behind. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily the circumstance, the situation itself. It could be, how you looking at it is all wrong. And if you're looking at it wrong, you can't expect to get something right out of the wrong, I guess. So Proverbs 4, verse 5 through 9. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting get understanding. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. Get the wisdom, get the understanding, because when you ask the Lord for these things, it can set you on the right track. I know for me, a lot of the times, because I'm so like, and that's one thing I love about my girl, she's more optimistic than me. I'm glass half empty, she's glass half full. So I'm preparing for the worst and she's hopeful for the best. You know what I'm saying? So I really pray and ask God for the perspective, because I could be looking at the situation wrong. And if I'm looking at it wrong, this leads me to the next point, the output. I'm now putting out wrong. Because everything starts in the mind. So your body, what you're putting out it started here first. You thought about that stuff first. So now, because of my outlook, I'm now preparing, like I said, glass half empty, prepare for the worst. I'm now preparing for the worst. I'm now putting that out in our circumstances, in our situations. It may not be going the way we want. So if we looking at it bad, we start trying to play hero. And now we're putting out a lot of effort to do stuff when really all we need to do is rely on God. And then as far as outcome, I think when you have, like I said, when you have the wrong outlook, you're then putting forth the wrong output. Now what you think the outcome is going to be? Probably the wrong thing. Let's go from back to the beginning, because sometimes that's what we have to do. We have to reflect and really understand the root. And your outcome, the root of your outcome was your outlook, how you viewed the situation. So like I said, the fears eventually become the reality. That's because I was consumed by it. That's because you were consumed by it. And so you did everything you could to prevent it. And it still crumbled. Like, that gets on my nerves, yo. Like that pisses me off. The outcome, that was from whatever you put out. And what you put out came from how you viewed the situation to begin with. Let's look at Jesus' miracles. Like, for example, the woman with the issue of blood is Luke 8, verse 43. And a woman having an issue of blood 12 years, which had spent all her living upon physicians, neither could be healed of any, came behind him and touched the border of his garment, and immediately her issue of blood stanched. I don't even know if I said that word right. But and Jesus said, "Who touched me?" When all denied, Peter and they that were with him said, "Master, the multitude throng thee and press thee, and thou sayest, Who touched me?" And Jesus said, "Somebody has touched me, for I perceive the virtue is gone out of me." And when the woman saw that she was not hid, she came trembling, and falling down before him, she declared unto him before all the people for what cause she had touched him, and how she was healed immediately. And he said unto her, "Daughter, be of good comfort, thy faith has made thee whole, go in peace." So looking at her situation, her outlook, she saw an opportunity. She could have said, "Yo, I've been dealing with this issue for 12 years. I'm done. I'm out of hope. I'm tired of hoping. If God wanted the situation to be done with, he would have did it already. But here we are 12 years and I'm still dealing with this issue and nobody could help me." But she didn't do that. Jesus pulled up on the block. She went over there. You know what I'm saying? So her outlook, her output was then a leap of faith. She then said, "I'm going to touch the hem of his garment. If I could simply do that, I'm going to be made whole." And what was her outcome? A blessing, her healing. Now, this is not a freaking prosperity doctrine. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make it seem like that. Because one thing we have to understand is sometimes our trials, our tribulations is for God's glory. Also for our pruning, for our strengthening, for our learning. It's not just there just for us to be just going through some crap and God is sitting upstairs and he laughing. Like, that's not what the situation is. Some battles of ours were lost long before we even took a step. Why? Because we looked at the situation wrong. Like, I've never pointed the blame at other people because I know it starts with me and how I'm thinking about certain situations, and how when I'm overthinking, I'm now doing too much. And it's like you overthinking to the point you either become paralyzed by the situation out of fear, or you end up playing yourself. You know what I'm saying? It starts in the mind, then it goes to the heart. Now you believe the situation. Now you believe whatever that is. And now you're going to go out and put out. Now you're going to do. And then if your outcome is wrong, you can't be surprised by the situation, because everything before the outcome was wrong. And it's funny too, because we could even look at Job, and Job in his situation, him losing everything, he, much like all of us, we questioning God, like, "Yo, I don't understand why you doing all of this stuff." But you can see in Job that he didn't curse God. He had the wisdom, he had the understanding, knowing who God was, and that was the stuff he clinged on to. Even when his peoples was telling him, "Yo, you must have sinned, you must have did something." See, they was trying to change his outlook. Now, he wasn't looking at the situation like, yo, I did something wrong. He just didn't know what was going on. But they were trying to put the wrong outlook on him. And who knows where that would have led him down. You know what I'm saying? His wife, same thing. She was trying to tell him curse God already. And when we get to the point when it's time, we can finally see, oh, okay, God, this is what it was. We're going to be giving him thanks. I wanted to give that message to y'all and just let y'all know, like, yo, just having the right mindset in situations can really change a lot. And so prayerfully this helped. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share, put your people on, because this is for you and yours. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure y'all hit the bell notification so you can know and get the notifications when I post. And as always, man, y'all stay up, stay blessed. Peace and love. May the Lord be with you.